Hey guys, it's Edwin here, and today I'll be answering this question of why do you sometimes feel like you made a bad decision for leaving that abusive relationship? Like you are out of an abusive relationship. You have studied about narcissism, you've studied about abuse, manipulation, you understand all those terminologies, but you still feel like maybe you made the wrong decision. Like you are convinced, like logically, you are convinced that the relationship was abusive and there was nothing you could do to change the relationship. But you still feel like, hey, you might have made the wrong decision. And then this feeling is also fueled by the fact that you may see your ex enjoying their lives, looking happy with their new supply, or playing with your kids. Let's say they might be playing with your kids in the park, or he might be taking, he or she might be taking the kids out and laughing with your family, laughing with your friends, with his face of like, oh yeah, they're having that shit together. And then there you are struggling with your anxiety, with your depression, with your stress, and all those things, with your hopelessness. So you might feel that, hey, maybe you made the wrong decision. And it's actually a very, very common narrative, like thinking that you made the wrong decision because your ex looks happy. Yeah, they're smiling, they're all over social media, WhatsApp or everywhere, just showing how they've got their life together. And then there you are, probably you are broke, very very broke, because probably your ex took all the money. You don't even have a job, you don't have a car, like you don't have the comfort you had before, and you really feel that maybe you made the wrong decision. So what are some of the reasons why you really feel that you made the wrong decision? So that's what I'm going to explain, and I'm also going to be explaining to you why you never made the wrong decision and what you can do about it. So the first reason is, of course, familiarity and comfort. So anything, it doesn't matter if it's dirty or if it's unhealthy, as long as you get used to it, it becomes a familiar environment for you. So, and to the mind, something which is familiar is secure because it has a level of predictability. It has a predictable pattern. And when something is predictable to the mind feels that it does less work with thinking. It knows what to expect. Like it knows what to expect from the relationship. It knows what to expect from an abusive person. So, because it was a familiar environment to you, you begin to miss that environment. So the moment you miss that environment, you feel that actually maybe you made the wrong decision. Like you're not even comfortable with the level of peace you are getting, let's say after leaving that relationship, because you are getting some certain level of peace, because you are not getting daily stress, because you're not encountering daily abuse. So when you're not encountering that daily abuse, the mind is not used to not encountering daily abuse. So you feel that the comfortable place is that relationship. It's what mostly called the comfort of familiar pain. Like the mind, the familiar pain is a comfortable place. So the mind will feed you with thoughts that, hey, you made a wrong decision. It was much better being there. Another thing with this familiarity and comfort is, yes, in the relationship, you might have been getting some privileges. I talked about it in the past. Maybe you were getting a car from your husband or your wife. They were giving you money, or they were giving you some feeling of status in society. So once you leave that relationship, or they were giving you this normal feeling of a normal family household. So once you leave the relationship, you lack those things. So when you lack those things, you might think that you made the wrong decision, because if you look at your life now, like you are struggling, you don't have money, you are stressed. But when you were in that relationship, yes, it was abusive, but you were getting some money, you were having a car, maybe you were having like 3 meals a day. But now, because you're struggling to pick yourself up, you don't have a job, you might really feel that actually you made a very, very wrong decision. Because logically speaking, when you look at your life, you might think that you're struggling. Let's say you were living in a 5 bedroom house, and then now you're just living in a bed sitter or a studio apartment. So when you look at the logical things happening in your life, like you might not also have any friends, you will feel that actually maybe you made the wrong decision. That's why you feel that way, because you logically look at your present life and look at the good aspects of the relationship. You're not be looking at the bad aspects, no. You're looking at the good aspects or the things you left behind. So you'll feel that maybe you made the wrong decision. Another thing is also this fear of isolation and loneliness. You see, like a toxic relationship is like a paradox. Like, yes, it's hurtful, but at the same time, It's offering you like a shelter from the feeling of loneliness you have deep inside. So once you leave this relationship, you don't have, let's say, someone to sleep with in those cold nights. You don't have someone to just talk to, even if the talk was hurtful. At least that was someone to talk to. You don't have someone to confide in sometimes, because yes, they were abusive, but there was that 1% where sometimes they could listen to you, right? So when you are just separated from the relationship, of course you'll feel so lonely, you'll feel so isolated, you'll feel that everyone has deserted you, and you feel that even your friends are mostly siding with your ex, because your ex is this charming person, probably most times this persuasive person, this manipulative person. So you feel that maybe even some of your family members and some of your friends may side with your ex, and because you want to pull away from the relationship, you will find yourself so isolated, so lonely. And the moment you feel that way, you'll think that maybe you made the wrong decision, because loneliness is not an easy thing. It's this dark place which really drives you and makes you feel that maybe you'll never find someone else, or maybe you are just something so, or you're just feeling this deep feeling of emptiness and this deep void. That's why you will think that you made the wrong decision, because of loneliness and isolation. The other reason is manipulation and gaslighting. So in the course of the relationship, you've encountered countless daily manipulation from your abusive ex. So when you've been manipulated so much, they made you feel that you will regret the decision of leaving the relationship. You'll regret losing them. You are making a mistake. They always fed you with those instances. Hey, if you leave me, you will struggle with life. If you leave me, no one will ever love you. If you leave me, you will encounter countless consequences. So because of those consequences which the abuser fed you with, the first thing which will happen once you leave is you will think that you've made the wrong decision, because you've been manipulated. You're not thinking from your authentic self. You are thinking from a distorted perspective. You are thinking through your mental distortions. So when you are thinking through these distortions, and these distortions are like the voices of your ex, or the inner critic is more like the voices of your abusive ex, of course you'll think that you made the wrong decision. Let's say your ex told you that if you leave me, actually you will struggle so much in life. You will struggle and you will never find someone else. And because of course you are afraid of dating, because you know that if you try to date you will find someone else, or you lack self-worth, of course, because you are alone all the time, you will think that maybe the things your ex said are coming to light. The consequences your ex talked about on a daily basis, saying you will end up being alone, you'll never find someone else, no one will ever love you, you are so broken, are coming to light. Because when you look at your current circumstances and you compare with the words of your ex, you'll feel that maybe my ex was right. That's why you will feel that maybe you made the wrong decision, because the voice of your ex is playing in your head. The voice of your ex, which distorted your perception of reality, is playing in your head. And when you look at your life, it's like you are reliving that voice of your ex in the present moment. Yeah. The last reason is, of course, external influences. Your family, your friends, your colleagues may always keep telling you that, hey, you are struggling, I think you made the wrong decision. Oh, your ex has changed. In fact, they bought a new car. They've done this since you left. They've started this project. So everyone will be looking at the outer picture of what your ex is doing and feeding you with it. Or your family telling you, hey, with your age, you will not find someone else. Like even someone who marries someone who's left a relationship, it's really hard. You might have made the wrong decision. So when you are influenced with all those things, your church telling you that, oh, you're married, you're supposed to work, you should have talked to your ex better, or you should have gone for therapy or prayers. So all these external influences are making you feel or doubt your decision. They never really support you as the victim and tell you that, hey, it's okay, you're going to make it on your own. It's really rare for external influences like the church or something like that to support someone who's left in a relationship. No, they support the relationship, not someone who left the relationship. So when all these external things support the relationship and don't support you, of course you'll think that you made the wrong decision, because no one is there to tell you that, hey, you made the wrong decision. In fact, we are celebrating the divorce, we are celebrating you leaving the toxic relationship. No, people celebrate marriages and people don't celebrate divorce. People want you to stay together, not for you to have a happy life. So it's so normal to feel that you made the wrong decision, but I'm here to tell you this: you've made the right decision by leaving an abusive relationship. Not many people leave those relationships. Just a few who have started to open their eyes leave the relationship. And those feelings will be there. Those feelings of you made the wrong decision, you made the wrong decision. But the thing is, don't dwell with those you made the wrong decision. Look at your life now. What are you doing to easen up those fears, easen up the loneliness, to easen up the anxiety, to easen up the stress? What are you doing? If you are doing something which is guiding you to the positive side, or which is guiding you to deal with those unhealed wounds, then you are taking the right direction in your healing journey. Like, focus more on what you are doing now to ease those feelings. Don't focus on what you could have done in the past. No, it will never help. And all those things you think about, like maybe you made the wrong decision, it's not because you've made the wrong decision. It's just because the past has greatly influenced the perception of your perception of reality. So healing is more of dealing with the past, dealing with those subconscious beliefs you've developed as a result of past experiences, so that you can get to this point where you deeply operate from your authentic self, from this self which is free from the pain, from this self which is free from past negative distortions. Because the moment you operate that way, you'll understand that, yeah, what your ex is portraying on social media, what your family is telling you, no, it is because of their own biases, and it's because they're just portraying this outer picture of happiness. But for you, you are feeling deeply peaceful. So, hope you found that informative, guys. You didn't make a wrong decision for leaving an abusive relationship. It's the best decision you've made in your life, and it's the beginning of your journey of freedom and working on those negative beliefs and negative experiences from your past. Have a wonderful day.